All right. Back for our next quick topic here. We already talked about the Heat struggles, but I think it's time to talk about how good the Celtics have been. Because
we'll talk about the Lakers too. Let's talk about the Lakers, how good they've been as well.
The Lakers and the Celtics have been good. But I mean, I was basing it off the Heat-Celtics game.
Okay.
Just the fact that they played each other. The Lakers have been great too. The old guard just holding form from last year. Clearly the two best teams in the league, and you can't say enough good things about, I think, either team. I mean, the Celtics had the only time the Celtics have lost this year are predictably road games on the back end of a back-to-back.
Right.
Playing nights, and both games by barely narrowly lost to Dallas the other night, and in Cleveland, and coming off that Miami home game on the second night of the season, a little bit of a letdown game there. But one thing I have to throw out here right away is Jermaine O'Neal. He has been giving us incredible minutes this year.
Applaud Jermaine O'Neal. Only because I ragged on him when the Celtics got him. So,
but if you've been watching the games, he's been making open jumpers, and his defense, he's been making some unbelievable block shots and playing great defense for us. I love what Jermaine O'Neal is doing.
Do you think he can keep it up throughout the year?
Absolutely. That's the thing. Like the way they play, they're built to have guys like that succeed. He's a 6-time All-Star.
I'm not taking anything away from him.
I mean, people act like he washed up. He was very effective for the Heat last year. It got lost in the shuffle. He averaged like 16 points a game in like 28 minutes. He was very good.
He had nobody last year.
I know they had nobody, but the bottom line is the guy can still score. Now he's surrounded by a lot of good players. That makes a huge difference.
Yeah. Okay.
And when you don't, he's not going to get double teamed ever.
No,
he's going to be. All they're asking him to do is knock down wide open shots and play some D. And it looks like, I'm not going to ask him to do any more than he's already been doing so far this season. If they continue to get what they're getting from him, that's a huge bonus, and it's going to go a long ways, especially in the playoff run.
Yeah.
If he can hit the boards, block a couple shots, and knock down jumpers, he's going to keep getting minutes, and he's going to be valuable. And of course, now that I've given Jermaine O'Neal his props, Rondo. The starting with Rondo this year.
To me,
taking it to another level.
To me, when I talked to you about this a couple days ago, if he keeps up the level of play he's been at, which I think there's no reason to think that he won't, he's the MVP. He's the MVP. He's my MVP.
Very well could be the MVP of the league.
It's unreal because to me, the Celtics wouldn't be able to do a lot of those things that they do now without him. He is so smart with the basketball, distributing it, knowing when to hit the right person. No, it's amazing to watch. It's amazing, and you can't say enough about him. I can sit here and talk about him for the rest of the segment, and it wouldn't do me injustice. It's absolutely amazing to watch.
I never, ever saw this coming when he came out of Kentucky either. I got to give Danny Ainge credit for this. Whether it's blind luck on his part, it doesn't matter. Yeah. He drafted, and they drafted Rondo. There was a few point guards. He had a decision to make the first year that they brought in Ray and KG.
Right.
For the big three is what young point guard am I going to roll out there with these guys? And there was talk of Rondo, and at this point I can't even think of who the other guys they had on the team that they ended up trading away. I think Marcus Banks might have been one of them. But there was a big question of that. Torian Green was in camp for some time, and no one knew who the starter was. They gave the job to Rondo, and it's been
lights out.
Yeah, ever since then. It was no brainer. Good decision since then because he's just been on a steady line of improvement. There's no
hasn't
it
plateaued,
has not flattened out or anything. He just keeps getting better and better and better and better, and that's very rare because you don't really see that in the NBA.
No.
And
the numbers speak for themselves. All the numbers he's put up with the assists and
his free throw percent. That's where he's going to win or lose the MVP this year. Is free throw percentage. I don't care if he hits jumpers.
Yeah.
I don't even want him taking jumpers. We have Paul Pierce and Ray Allen on the team. We don't need Rondo. That's nice if he can hit the open one every so often. That's nice, like on a shot clock running down if he's wide open. That's great. But the free throws he's got to make. That's big.
As much as he drives and everything, he's got to be able to do that. Yeah. Because right now teams aren't afraid to foul him. Because
you saw what happened at the end of the game tonight. Who was inbounding the ball? Rondo. Because he's the one that they don't want to send to the line. So that's just one thing he has to work on. But you can't ask really that much from him because his game is impeccable at this point.
It's absolutely
So,
unreal. It's the only way I think to describe it is unreal.
I just love watching him play. And to me, the one play that has summed up the entire season for the Celtics and what puts them on another plane from all the teams in the Eastern Conference is KG running down Joakim Noah at the end of the Bulls game from behind and stealing the ball at the end. And then he pulls it up and then pounds his chest for the heart. He points it to the heart like that and then pounds it.
I feel like you're a sucker for the KG moments.
I am. I love KG.
I do too. He's one of my favorite players, but
because it works.
It does.
For some teams that doesn't work and it's just a show. But for the Celtics, that works. Yeah. The Celtics, what other teams in the NBA get pumped up over little hustle plays like that?
Well, they did it all last year, too.
Real.
And they rode that all the way to the finals last year.
They've always been like that. It's been like that since day one, game one of 07-08 when they won the championship. That's what it's always been like for them. And honestly, it intimidates other teams. It really does.
Yeah.
It's not only are these guys incredibly good, but they bust their ass for 48 straight minutes.
Well,
a third of the first 36 minutes.
And I think you can say that, if they're at home, it gets a crowd into it, too. Oh. And that place is rocking when KG starts going crazy. And I think it has a big effect on the visiting team, on their psyche. I mean, it helps. I don't know how much it helps, but it definitely helps.
It definitely helps because you will see every game the Celtics play. It inevitably happens when they go on their runs like that against Miami, where there is inevitably a 6 or 8 minute stretch where the other team just doesn't score.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, where they just do not get scored upon. So that's the kind of runs that you need. It's not like you don't get runs off your offense; you get runs off your defense, and that's what the Celtics do. Which is why the Celtics, Celtics have their droughts every night. You'll see them go in a drought, but it doesn't. But they can offset it because they're so good defensively and they make hustle plays and get back into it.
That's definitely the difference.
And on nights when they don't have those droughts, look out! You have no chance. Because they're gonna put you on lockdown for a 5 to 6 to 8 minute stretch every night where you just can't score.
Yeah.
So I really feel like, and when they get Shaq back, before Shaq went down, I really think they're nursing Shaq back too slowly. But before Shaq went down, Shaq was giving us great minutes too.
I don't think they're in a rush to get Shaq back.
No rush. And Marquise Daniels, he's been playing really well. I really like him. I think if he gets more minutes this year, he's going to be a really valuable player for us because he can do a lot of things. People forget. I'll tell you this, that
he played pretty good last year too.
Yeah, he played good, but I really feel like they didn't give him a lot of minutes last year. But I was telling you I was watching that 06 NBA Finals Game 6 today for Dallas. When Marquise Daniels was amazing in that game for Dallas. You can just taking it to the basket, dunking on people. On Zoe, he just had this one dunk on Alonzo Mourning, taking it at Zoe and finishing over him. The only guy on Dallas that could even dream of doing that, Marquise Daniels. And he was running the point and making great defensive plays. The guy has an all-around game.
Yeah.
And he's definitely going to be valuable for the Celtics. Celtics are deep. They're playing great defense. They're hustling. It's always just, please God, don't have any catastrophic injuries between now and the playoffs. They just got to put on cruise control right now, and I feel like they're headed for minimally the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it matters what seed they are. They're just. I mean, I think they're going to be obviously one of the top seeds, if not the top seed. Everybody.
They'll be in the top 3.
Oh, there's no doubt. Everybody, I think, had the Heat pegged at the top seed this year, but I don't know about that.
They still could. I mean, they're only 2 games behind the Celtics.
Yeah, sure. And you got the Magic too, so we'll see how it plays
out. The Hawks have a great record, but they're going to hit their bumps. I think they took one on the chin the other day, last night, I think, against a subpar opponent.
Yeah.
I can't remember who, but anyways, no reason to worry in Beantown for the Celtics right now.
No, there's definitely no.
Business as usual, and I, for one, love it.
I'm glad you do.